commissioners ends a quorum hitch that has marred the regulatory body. Nicodemus Anyang, Christine Kahindi, Sharon Chelagat, Anseta Wafuho, and Salesa Adano are also due to be sworn in on Thursday. The 5 TSC commissioners will also serve for a period of 6 years.
Order number 8, special motion, consideration of nominees for appointment as members of the Teachers Service Commission.
That if the nomination of the 5 members is approved by this House and subsequently appointed by His Excellency the President, the Teacher Service Commission will ultimately be fully constituted with the chairperson and 8 members, being 5 men and 4 women, in compliance with gender principle as set out in Article 27(8) of the Constitution. That if the nomination of the 5 members is approved by this House and subsequently appointed by His Excellency the President, the membership of the Teacher Service Commission will be compliant to the provisions of Article 232, 1H of the Constitution on representation of Kenya's diverse communities and Section 816 of the Teacher Service Commission Act number 20 of 2020 on the...
Honorable Speaker, I beg to second the motion that this House approves the nominees, the appointment of the nominees for appointment as members of the Teacher Service Commission. As outlined by the Chair, these particular nominees had wide experiences in areas of education.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to support this report of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to support. Hadil wished to talk on the issue of the elections, but now that I've given me on the TSC, it doesn't matter, Mr. Speaker. But one of the critical things, Mr. Speaker, about TSC is that the Teacher Service Commission is an independent commission, Mr. Speaker.
Nataka kuunga mkono hasa kwa kuweza kuweka makomishana kina mama ili kuongezea ile namba ambao wale ambao wako pale kwa TSC. Takuzungumzia tu Commissioner Madam Christine Kahindi ambaye anatoka kule Kilifi.
So, honorable members, let me put the question, which is that the mover be called upon to reply. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Aye. Those of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
And coming back to Western, residents of Chepkube Market in Bungoma town have raised concerns over a hole that was left uncovered in the open market by a water company. They are calling on the county government of Bungoma to take action before the hole cause a tragedy. Philip Simiu with that story.
Traders at Chepkube Market in Bungoma town in Bungoma County complains over the safety risk caused by hole that was left unfinished after the Ntowasco Water Company was renovating their water pipes along Muskoma Kandui Road.
Kwa majina naitwa Selfa, mimi ni mwanabiashara wa mtumba, nauza nguo za watoto hapa town. Hakuna customer, naona njia imeharibika. Hii shimo inafanya customer wanaogopa kupita hapa kwa sababu wataanguka ndani. Sasa inafanya hata hakuna pesa, tunashindwa tufanye aje.
Vile tunauza manguo na hapa hivi ndio sisi tunapata breakfast, tunapata lunch hapa, tunapata hapa sapa. Hatuuzi. Miezi 3 imepita tunatafuta school fees hapa, tumeshindwa mpaka kulipia watoto school fees juu ya hii shimo. Tumeadhirika pakubwa sababu ya hii shimo. Tunaomba mheshimiwa, sisi tunampenda. Kama anatujali sisi wa mama ndio tulimpikia kura na bado tutampikia kura. Atutengenezee hii shimo, bure tutamnyima kura yetu.
Mimi kama niko hapa kusukuma watu wa maji kumaliza hii kazi haraka. Kwa sababu wananchi wa hapa, alafu hapa hii nchi hapa hivi inapitisha watu, wanabiashara wanapita hapa na watu tofauti, ambapo tunataka kuharakisha kumaliza hii kazi hapa.
Traders say that it is now a period of 2 months without any concern from the Bungoma County government and the contractor assigned to complete the work.
Sasa hizi miezi mbili, karibu miezi mbili hivi, sasa hata biashara imesimama. Sisi watu tunajiasolia inakuwa ngumu, nashinda utakula nini? Sababu njia imeharibika, hakuna vile njia itakaa hivi alafu upate customers. Chini waunde mikakati zao, waharakishe, kwa sababu pia sisi tunaumia. Wajaribu kuingilia kati, wahakikishe hizi shimo zimefungwa, njia iko sawa.
They said that they are worried of effect of air pollution caused by the open sewage, accidents such as falling into the open left hole, transport barrier as the hole was dug across the road, and lack of enough space left for the business personnel.
Naitwa Isaiah Obio Emera. Mimi kazi yangu ni bodaboda. Anaweza kuwa anataka kununua nyama na anataka kuibua hapa nako na gari. Kama hapa imeharibika atapaki wapi gari?
Na hii shimo imekaa tu karibu hapa, hata watoto wakikuja na waambia wasisonge hapa. Customer wangu anaogopa kusimama hapo juu, anahofia maisha yao yanaweza anguka kwa hii shimo na waumie. Sasa mimi naomba tu kama kweli tu vizuri mheshimiwa hakuwa tayari kutengeneza hii barabara, angeacha. Kuliko aanze kulima mashimo hivi, wanatulimia mashimo mahali petu pa biashara na watengeneze njia.
The traders are urging the Bungoma County government to give them peace of mind in their business by filling the hole.
Hakuna kazi tunaona inaendelea hapa muda wa miezi miwili na hii ni ya tatu. Watutengenezee hapa, wafunge hapa mahali, sisi tufanye kazi yetu kawaida bwana. Ile kitu tunaomba kama wanaona hii shimo wataichelewesha ama wataunda hii maji, waunda hii maji, watengeneze hapa hii barabara at least ikuwe inapitisha watu, sababu biashara ya watu imeharibika hii barabara sana. Na iwapo itawalemea basi wafunike hii maji, waangalie mahali pengine pa kuweka maji, sababu kama imewashinda hapa waangalie mahali pa kuweka maji. Hapa hivi kwa madhiri biashara ya watu wengi, iko watu wa maduka hapa, iko watu ya bucha hapa, iko M-Pesa hapa.
Responding over the same, Kevin Wafula, a county plumber, say that they are working on the matter to ensure that they complete the work and fill the hole.
I think that mom has complained about this, and I want to put it clear that soon we will finish it and they will be okay. We apologize for that, and I'm apologizing for the county that soon we will clear up this hole and all shall be okay.
Si kama maplambers wa Bungoma kwa contractor wetu engineer Mose, we have been working here since last year. Hii kazi imekuwa inaendelea vizuri mpaka sasa hii hatuchaona tatizo lingine. Sasa hii kulingana na hii shimo yetu mnaona hapa, hii shimo imekaa sana. Pipe ilikuwa tumemaliza kutengeneza hapa, alafu maji ikakuja karibu barabara, ikajibua barabara ikapiti. Sasa wachimbue barabara ndo hii pipe ihamishe kutoka huku ikuje straight mpaka huku.
However, Benson, who is in charge of Muskoma Kanduyi Dual Carriage Road, has called on the Bungoma County government to relocate the Chebukube traders at a safer place rather than working along the road.
Sasa hapa mahali tuko, kitu ya kwanza hapa ni njia ya kuingiza ya kupitisha watu, ambapo hatukutarajia kunaweza kuwa na soko sehemu kama hii, ambapo hii ni access calabat ya kuenda ya kupanda juu, ambapo hapa mahali ambapo anauzia almost hata sio the right place ya kuuzia, ambapo tuna ni kitu ya kuinsist county government kama amejenga soko mahali ama wanaweza wajengea soko ambapo itakuwa mahali pazuri sana pa kuuzia, ambapo hapa pikipiki zinapita hapa, magari zinapita hapa, hata wengi wao unaweza pata wengine wamekuwa gari inaweza lose control na inakawagonga.
For Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Philip Simiyu.
And now it's time to explore some of the challenges that small-scale traders go through in their day-to-day activities. In our segment, Coronavirus Impact on Traders, Anthony Osundo meets with Mama Gift, a Juakali trader in Bungoma town.
In December 2019, a new respiratory illness referred to as COVID-19 caused by a novel coronavirus was first detected in the central Chinese city of Wuhan. Within the first 5 weeks of the outbreak, tens of thousands of people were infected and more than 1,000 died. The outbreak has been categorized as a public health emergency by the World Health Organization. Not surprisingly, the virus is having economic impact throughout the world, and the major economic sectors in Kenya have not been spared. traders have been forced to close their businesses, downgrade, or survive with losses or low income. Health measures imposed in Kenya, such as curfew, have left many businesses hurting, and this is the impact of COVID-19 on traders.
The COVID-19 pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health, food systems, and the world of work. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is devastating, with tens of millions of people at risk of falling into extreme poverty. The impact and spread of COVID-19 infections are feared to be exacerbated by the huge number of people living in poverty, weak health infrastructure, and poor access to basic services such as clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. The government is undertaking various measures to curb the spread of the virus, including curfews, social distancing, basic hygiene, wearing of masks, among others. However, these precautionary measures continue to have negative and positive economic impacts on businesses and workers. Since the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, the country has witnessed job cuts across various sectors. As other small-scale traders decry hard economic times, others seems to be benefiting from the imposed measures by the Ministry of Health to curb the spread of the coronavirus. We met Mama Gift, a Juakali trader in Bungoma town.
Naitwa Glaita Shitandai, ama Mama Gift, ama Mama Majiku, ama Mama Mitungi za maua, Mama biashara.
Mama Gift says the pandemic has positively affected her business, as people can now buy her Juakali commodities to start their own businesses.
Ndio wangu, pengine tu kwa sababu ya kugonjesha watu kwa familia wawili ama watatu, lakini kibiashara haijani affect kwa njia yoyote, kwa sababu wakati watu wamepunguzwa, kuna watu kazi zilisha, wakija nyumbani kujifundisha kufanya mabiashara, ni hapa ndio wataanzia. Tuseme yule mwenye anataka kupika chips, samaki, hapa ndio atakuja kununua jiko, karai. Yule mwenye anataka kufuga kuku atakuja kununua feeders. Sasa mimi kwa upande wangu biashara ile ilinoga. Silalamike.
But despite that, Mama Gift pleads with the county government of Bungoma to have some pity for the small-scale businesses in issuing of licenses, as owners struggle to get the capital to start their businesses.
Wale wanabiashara wenye tuseme ndio chipukizi wanaanza, watolewe hizi ada kama za license kubwa na pia wapatiwe mkopo. Kwa sababu hata ninajua kuna pesa za Juakali ambazo hutoka lakini hazitufiki. Sasa kuna ule mfanyabiashara wa Juakali ambaye ameanza chini, lakini sasa kujisustain ama kujimudu kibiashara inakuwa ngumu kwa sababu ya kukosa capital. Sasa pesa kama hizo ikiwa zipo, tafadhali ziwafikie wale ambao wametengewa hizo pesa. Challenge zilikuwa ku-identify products zenye market inaitisha wakati huo, alafu na capital pia. But over time nimegain experience, I know what people want. Tuseme kuanzia Januari hadi December kuna bidhaa tofauti tunauza. Januari na bidhaa zake, February na bidhaa zake, lakini kufikia sasa nishazielewa. Najua customers wanataka nini kwa wakati gani. Siwezi kosa kuzia mwenye javaa mask kwa sababu pengine hiyo pesa amekuja kununua kwangu kitu inatosha tu kununua hiyo kitu amekuja kununua. Kimkazia enda anunue mask apunguze hiyo pesa, umpoteze kama mteja. Kitu yenye tunafanya ni mimi mwenyewe na keep your distance, keeping myself safe.
Reporting for Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Anthony Osundwa.
Thank you so much, Osundwa, for that report from Bungoma town. We hope that the economy will be back to normal soon. That's all we had for today's Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Chibet Kering, and remember, after this, I'm coming back on Maisha Prime Politics, Leadership and Governance. That is PLG Thursday. Make sure you don't miss out. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Hey there! No one is bothered with news that is misleading like you, our viewer. That is why you watch us. The universe of fake news is much larger than simply false news stories. Some stories may have a nugget of truth but lack any contextualizing details. They may not include any verifiable facts or sources. Some stories may include basic verifiable facts but are written using language that is deliberately inflammatory, leaves out pertinent details, or only presents one viewpoint. Fake news exists within a larger ecosystem of mis- and disinformation. Are you a victim of fake news? Karada! Send us your story on maishatelevisionnews@gmail.com, WhatsApp us on 0746 999 841 or call us. We are Maisha TV. We are genuine news. Say no to fake news.
Kwa shows bab kubwa, kwa makali, movies, documentaries, series, talk shows na vipindi vya kuchangamsha, kuelimisha na kufahamisha, ni hapa tu Maisha Television.
You're the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh my God! Unachukua the best, unatazama na unaipenda. Kwa masuala ya afya, habari kemkem, ukulima, biashara, vipindi vya watoto, hapa ni moto. Maisha
As you well know, Bushebi Junior is an expert, I can say expert in politics, and tonight we're going to major on some of the issues that have been making headlines in the country, including the withdrawal of, not actually withdrawal, but the exchange of security details of the DP, that is the Deputy President William Ruto. As we start this conversation, I just love to ask you this question. What is the fate of Hustler Nation?
Quite a fascinating answer, because it's been a roller coaster of political, a lot of stuff that has been going on throughout the week. We've seen what has happened between the CS and Deputy President. Today, the Deputy President replied to the CS.
Yeah, and just before we get deeper into that, let's have a look at these clips.
Ile ilikuwa imefanywa na magazeti. Sasa wameondoa vitu vingine, hata haikuwa yangu. Walikuwa wamesema 680, wameondoa hiyo kwa sababu ilikuwa uongo. Wameondoa Boulevard, ilikuwa uongo.
Well, that is the Deputy President William Ruto, and is trying to defend himself following the list of properties that the CS said.
The more William Ruto speaks, the more he confuses himself.
But when you see today, he's trying to defend the Hustler
There's
Nation.
nothing to defend there. There's nothing, absolutely nothing to defend. First of all, you remember when the issue of Weston Hotel came up? Ruto denied like 200%. He said, I don't own that hotel, it's not mine, the hotel belongs to an Indian. And then afterwards, he comes out and says, you know, like, the hotel is mine. The other time, he was like, even right now, even today, I was watching, he said he has a party called UDA. How can you have a party which you're not a member? You know, who formed the party and all that stuff. At the same time, he also say, in Coast, he went and said, I'm not a member of UDA, I'm a deputy party leader of Jubilee.
But you know, there's one thing maybe you didn't get very well. The Deputy President is just said to be associated with the United Democratic Alliance, and we all know it's obvious. Deputy President is the deputy. No, wait, let me just finish. We all know that Deputy President William Ruto is the deputy party leader of Jubilee Party. So it's obvious that he's still in government, because he's still the Deputy President of Kenya. So he's still the member of Jubilee Party.
The Constitution is very clear. If you cease being a member of the party that forms the government, you stop holding that position. Yeah. But now when that came up, he changed. At first he used to say, UDA damu mindio kiongozi. What kind of an association are you talking about? This is the point that I'm trying to build. Listen, just like the way he is justifying President Uhuru Kenyatta. When President say that Ruto is one person who speaks from both ends of the mouth. On this other side, you're saying this. Then when you go to this other side, you're saying another thing. So how can you be trusted as a leader if you are always talking things, we are following you, we go this direction, all of a sudden, tukifungua macho umeruka huku kwingine. You know, we are not able to know exactly what kind of a leader we are following. And that's the fate of Hustler Nation.
Yeah, but you know, it's not that I'm supporting Ruto, but I'm just going with the way things are. I don't think that there is a specific place where the Deputy President say that I'm UDA Damu. He just allege, you know, I'm associated with the UDA party. You know, if the Jubilee party fails, then we have the Hustler Nations party.
I think your library has those clips, and I'm really asking our guys who are behind the camera to look for that clip and then play that clip where he said, I think he was in West Pokot.
Yeah, he said that we have our party which we can use in 2022.
Even today, William Ruto has said, today, he was planning and telling people to prepare, you know, campaign, register, you know, UDA is going to take us to, not that take you guys, it's going to take us to, the parliament is going to take us to, the Senate is going to take us to, you're going to be an MC and all that stuff. Ruto is UDA, he's the leader of Hustler Nation. He is the one behind the party,
United Democratic Alliance. Yeah.
The only thing the Deputy President fears is to be struck out of government as a Deputy President, because the Constitution is very clear. The moment you join another party, you stop being the Deputy President. Yeah. And that is what you fear. When somebody mentioned that, Ruto, I mean, he started speaking from the other end of the mouth. He started saying, okay guys, listen, I'm not a member of UDA. But initially, he was saying, you know, we have our own party. Even when he was being interviewed at Inoro, he clearly told the interviewer that, you see, when we saw the opposition coming into government and messing up stuff, allegedly messing up the Big Four agenda, and, you know, trying to castigate his own boss, then I decided that let's go and form our own party. That's what he said. It was so open.
Yeah.
Okay? So there's no way you can say that it's just an association. What kind of an association? It must be described. Somebody has to explain what kind of an association. Who are you in UDA? That is the question. Who is William Samoei Ruto in UDA? We know William Ruto in Jubilee. But who is William Ruto in UDA? What is he saying?
I just remember there is a time, it was actually on Thursday, Maisha Prime PLG, and you told me that UDA is dead. No, you're not UDA, sorry. Jubilee is dead. Jubilee now you're saying that Jubilee is
listen,
dead.
Politically, you should be able to differentiate things according to law and politics. These are two different things, okay? Although politicians make laws, but it's out of politics that these laws are made. First, we have to argue about ideas. Then those ideas have to move to the next stage and, you know, argue about them and then pass out, vote, and find out whether this thing is going to be law. So before we get to law, we must have politics, okay? We must argue, we must debate, like the debates that are going on right now. I told you, Jubilee is dead. It is not like they went to the registrar of political parties. Yeah, that is not what I meant. I meant that politically, with all the indications, Jubilee is not going to stand. Why? Because we have almost more than a quarter going with William Ruto, and other guys going with President Uhuru Kenyatta. Then we have others who don't know where to go. And we know, we are 100% sure there are others who are in both camps. Okay, so a house divided cannot stand. That's what I meant. Jubilee is divided, completely divided, to the extent where you can see an exchange between the deputy president and his boss. Okay, both of them having interviews in media houses, and you know, this one castigating the other. Do you want to tell me that's a house that is living?
No,
that is not a house.
But I saw someone posted on Facebook saying that maybe Uhuru and Ruto are just playing us. So he was saying that let's wait, it will not exceed June next year before you see Deputy President and the President unite.
That could be true. You see, what we are discussing about right now, even our viewer needs to understand, is that we are discussing issues basing on what is happening right now. And I'm telling you, things are going to change. Even right now, as we are talking, things are changing. Politics changes. Even 1 second is enough to change the whole game.
Yeah.
Somebody will start up. Jimmy Wanjigi right now is also, although I wrote him off, I said, like, you know, we know what he's doing.
But I'm seeing that no.
I still hold my opinion that Jimmy Wanjigi will not be the president of Kenya. He's dividing the central votes. Okay? Because somebody is trying to take the whole basket. So what do we do?
So what do you mean by dividing the central votes?
You know, like everyone is going after central because it's a vote-rich region. Yeah, we have so many votes. People used to say that Ruto helped Uhuru to become the president. How many votes came from Rift Valley? Around 2-point-something million. How many votes came from Central Kenya? Over 3 million, over 4 million votes. Okay.
So you mean that the only votes that the deputy president bought to Jubilee Party is 2 million?
I'm not sure it's 2 million, but it's around there.
So the deputy president does not have any support.
What I'm saying is, as a bloc, Central Kenya has so many votes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So that's why if they vote you as a bloc, yourself. Okay. If they vote you as a bloc, yourself. If you go to Western never vote as a bloc. Okay.
They're also always divided.
They're always divided. Rift Valley votes as a bloc. Okay. Yeah. But the thing is, even if they vote as a bloc, their votes are still in comparison. That is, in comparison. So what I'm saying is, politics changes. Okay. Right now, as you're talking, don't be shocked to see Raila Odinga and Ruto coming together. That is a possibility. We just might never know. Things happen. Nobody ever knew that Uhuru and Raila are going to shake hands. Okay?
Yeah.
So you just never know. So whenever we discuss, we are just discussing basing on what is happening right now.
And by the way, till now, the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga has not come out to officially announce that he will vie for presidency in 2022.
Yes, because it is too early to put your cards on the table.
But there's a story that you did, I think it was this week. The deputy president and the former prime minister, they are possible to be the makers of the kings.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that maybe they're still he is still weighing.
Whoever, if Raila today said so and so torture, trust you, me that person.
Yeah,
you know, like deputy. me about the hustler nation, the fate of the hustler nation, as they call it. Right now, the best advice I can give Ruto, this is my personal opinion though, is that he should just shut up. He's talking too much. You know, he's talking too much. You know, when you talk too much, you expose yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, there's so many traps laid before him. So many traps. And the more he keeps talking and answering to everything, you know, the more he's exposing himself and the more he's fixing himself in these traps.
But we never know what's their plan. Maybe it's even the script. Maybe they made a script to know we'll do this, then you should do this. So you will never know.
There are people who have vowed to stop William Ruto from becoming the president. And he knows it. Not everybody wants Ruto to be the president. Just the same way not everybody wants Raila Odinga to be the president. Just the same way not everyone wants to Musalia Mudavadi to be the president. There are people who are going to do anything to make sure that you don't even move. There are people who vowed to kill the hustler narrative. And right now, as I'm telling you, it is dead 40%.
So it's 60%.
It's still surviving on 60%. And if the hustler guys are not they're not careful, they're gonna lose this hustler thing forever.
Maybe they'll come up with another slogan.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. The deputy president needs to sit down, shut up, and plan and know what else to do. You see, the people who surround him are abusing people, okay? Abusing the president, abusing ministers, abusing all kinds of things, you know, using very vulgar language. That automatically is, you know, Kenyans. Kenyans, as much as Kenyans fight, Kenyans will never vote for a vulgar person, okay? That negatively aggressive person. Kenyans will never vote.
But Oscar Sudi is the member of parliament, and since the day he stood the first time till now, he's still the member of parliament.
Member of parliament.
They are Kenyans.
For his, where does he come from? Where he comes from. I'm talking about Kenyans, and I'm talking about the seat of the president.
And we have a lot of politicians.
Why did we have Mwai Kibaki on the seat? How comes Mwai Kibaki was forced into that seat? Okay? How comes we have Uhuru Kenyatta? And trust you me, Uhuru Kenyatta is the most tolerant president. He's one person you can abuse and do all kinds of things until you cross the line. And then he'll be like, hey, you need to stop. Okay?
Yeah.
We need truce, we need peace, or something like that. I know that President Uhuru Kenyatta has his own weaknesses. Maasira mingi, you know, anaweza kukutusi, anaweza kufanya nini. We don't know much about the private meetings they have there. We've seen people claiming that tukienda hizo mikutano natutukana tu na kutupatia threats. That is yes. But to the public, the man looks, you know, tolerant. He's so tolerant. Because you can't tell me that you're a sitting president and people do what they are doing. In fact, there's one time Paka Atole akaongea mbaya. And he was telling President Uhuru, you need to act like your father. Okay? But Atole was missing a point. We are in an advanced democracy.
Yeah.
Okay? But then we shouldn't abuse the democracy itself. Okay? Even if you want to abuse somebody, abuse someone in somebody. Abuse someone intelligently. There are very many intellectual ways of abusing somebody.
Yeah.
Okay? And someone will get the point.
Well, so if I ask you, can you say that the issue of security reshufflement of the deputy president, was it politicized, or maybe it was just a misunderstanding?
Like they usually say, you cannot fight with the government. I've never seen a person fighting, you know, like you're fighting your own. Okay? we can't really know, and we can't tell, we can only speculate. But we will take things at constitution value, not what any other thing says. The deputy president is entitled to protection. He's part of the presidency, and it's a constitutional mandate to give him protection. And I think the Interior CS Fred Matiang'i explained that yesterday when he said the security of the deputy president wasn't downgraded. Okay, it's a normal procedure. So, well, up until to employ that guy who was saying, "We mambo ya stima, wachana nayo, wewe ambia nini? Serikali kupatie nini kazi?" So mambo ya security, achia watu ya security. Waongele. Wewe ambia serikali ikupatie kazi. But this is the point. Even Ruto himself said it, that this is a normal procedure. Hata wakimpatia G4S and stuff like that. I think he was just making fun of the whole thing. But the thing is, he knows. AP administration police, in fact, they are qualified. GSU are qualified. It's normal procedure.
So you can say that maybe it was just a bad timing.
No. People, I'm telling you, people who are destroying deputy president's chances of ever getting into State House are the people surrounding. The person who took this matter to the parliament, who? It was one of the deputy president's allies. Okay, he insisted, the deputy president, you don't need to waste time on talking about these issues. But he insisted, let's call Matiang'i. Matiang'i, come. And mark you, CS Matiang'i wasn't even talking about, it wasn't about property. He was just listing the number of police officers.
But now the conversation is shifting.
And that's the problem with politics. That is the problem with politics. Even the changing of the security officers, it was politicized. You know, when you say my life is in danger, you know, what are you saying? Okay?
Yeah.
To a common mwananchi, ni tension, you know, it's creating a lot of tension. And then after explaining the security detail and the multi-layer security unit that protects the deputy president, then every Kenyan is like, what? So why are these guys complaining? Why is he complaining, surely? Okay? You watch that, you listen to all the kind of security system that surround the deputy president's office, and Maki, when we talk about the deputy president, we're not talking about Ruto. We're talking about the
politician is a point.
So somebody shouldn't say, oh, they talked about Ruto, you know, they were. It's not about Ruto. It's about the office of the deputy president.
Because he'll not be there forever.
Yeah, he's not the only holder of that office forever. He's gonna move, and somebody else will come to that office. So when you talk about the security of that office, I do believe that it was explained yesterday. What I know with Kenyans and politicians is that they must politicize everything. Because the moment the list of police officers and where they were assigned to the alleged property owned by deputy president, there was another list of what Uhuru Kenyatta owns. There was another list of what CS Matiang'i owns. You know, it stopped being security issue. Okay, it shifted to who is shifting the narrative? Who are the guys behind the hashtags of shifting the narrative on ground? That you can say one thing, and on the ground, what you said, I mean, you listen to what people are saying. You said, you are like, who is that? Who are they talking about? Are they talking about me?
Yeah, and I can say that really that conversation shifted. It no longer became about the security. And I saw the CS, the Interior CS, Fred Matiang'i, was saying that the AG's action, the Inspector General's of Police action, Mutiambai, was routine and was within his rights, and it was classified. So there was nothing.
You know, when they tell you that you are being protected by the presidential escort, do you know what that means? And that one wasn't touched. Okay? They just changed the other layer. Okay? Where they brought in the AP. And trust you me, AP is what wakichezea bwana.
And
actually say that in fact he has the most qualified security personnel. Why are politicians changing the narrative from security to property to, you know, mashamba ngapi, sijui nini na nini? These things are not good for the nation. It's not a good narrative for the nation. as much as you want to score points, as much as you want to keep the hustler narrative going, I would advise the deputy president. I mean, who cares? I would tell him, please, this is a time to shut up. This is a time to strategize. You umepigwa 10-0, kubali. Hii ni ile kama BBI. BBI walipigwa 10-0, wakaenda vacation. Hii umepigwa 10-0, enda vacation. Because the more the deputy president talks, it becomes petty. He shows that he's angry. He shows that he's frustrated. He's exposing himself. Not as a good leader that you can trust. He's exposing himself as a person who is easily agitated, a person who has to answer to every dog that is barking, a person who has to fight with everything. You know. I mean, lenga hizi vitu. And then ambia akina nani, akina Sudi, akina nani, wanyamaze. There's no point. There's no point. Because when you watch CS Matiang'i, he says things and lets you decide, interpret for yourself. He doesn't abuse you that you're a cow or you're a goat or you're anything. He will say something and then you will decide whether you're a cow or a goat or anything, okay? But when you come out openly and begin calling people names, all those kinds, and then somebody sits back and says, this is a person who is close to the deputy president, okay? That will cost the deputy president, trust you me. It cost Raila Odinga. It cost him. When some of the people who surrounding him were vulgar, they were crazy, they were saying all kinds of things, people get scared. They can't trust you with the military. Okay? They can't trust you with trillions of shillings and what of resources of this country. Because they're imagining what kind of a person and what kind of a leadership team this person is going to build. If they are not even there, and this is how they talk, this is how they behave, what if they get a chance to sit on that seat? Rida Chebet, I can tell you for sure, being a president is not a joke. It is not a small matter. Don't think it's like being chief mahali.
Ni kazi kubwa. Hata hawezi compare na kuwa hizi ma MP, ma governor.
We still have an imperial president. Trust you me. If the president decides to use his powers today, all his powers today, what will you do? What will you do?
You're grateful because you know that he will not use that all powers.
And this is just 48 laws of power. Never outshine your boss, period.
Yeah, so I think the CS highlighted some of the issues about the reshufflement of the deputy president's security, and that's just a bit of what we were talking about today. We are going for a break and we will come back to talk about, we have a lot of very, very interesting topics, so make sure you don't miss out. My name is Rida Chebet.
Bushebe Jr.
Something you need to know.
What a treat.
Sasa anamupenda lakini anashindwa kujielezea. Si life ingekuwa hizi kama mambo yangekuwa one touch, yap, kuongea na kujielezea. Mambo mengine sio rahisi, lakini kupata 50% extra airtime ya kukuona kwa SMS ya Safaricom, mambo ni one touch.
Pata 50% extra credo bila expiry ya kupiga na ku-SMS across networks. Piga star 444 star scratch card pin hash. Na kama ni M-Pesa star 444 star 2 hash. Safaricom.
Coronavirus COVID-19 is a respiratory virus spreading across the world. The infection is spread from droplets of coughing and sneezing of an infected person, touching or shaking hands or being in contact with contaminated surfaces or objects with the virus. The signs and symptoms are fever, coughing, headache, body ache, difficulty in breathing. The disease can be prevented by regularly washing hands with soap and running water. Avoid close contact with people who have flu-like symptoms. Avoid handshake, hugs, and kissing. Also, protect yourself by covering your mouth or nose using a disposable tissue while coughing or sneezing. If you experience these symptoms and you had traveled or been in contact with a person from a country reporting COVID-19, you should isolate yourself for 14 days and seek immediate medical attention or report to the nearest health center. This message has been brought to you by the government of Kenya and its partners. For accurate information on COVID-19, dial star 719 hash or call 719. Follow us on Twitter at MOH_Kenya, at spokesperson GOK, at WHO.
Welcome back. My name is Zida Chebet Kering and this is PLG Thursday, that is Politics, Leadership and Governance. You can send in your comments 0746 999 We are live also on our social media platforms. You can leave a comment there, Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE, and I'm joined by
Ushabi Junior. And here we are, things are crazy, and we're talking about politics and politics and politics.
Yeah, and leadership and governance. And now I want us to shift to coalitions ahead of 2022.
You are bashing me that I said NASA is not dead, and yet
NASA is dead. The registrar said that, and they say that wanachama watatu waliandikisha that they are out.
We still have 3 parties that were in NASA together, so it's only one party that is not.
Yeah,
in the ODM.
And now coming to that,
how is NASA dead? How is NASA dead?
ODM is not there.
So if ODM is not there, NASA is dead.
It's not NASA. So that is One Kenya Alliance, because
is it the name that has changed, or what are you talking about?
No, in One Kenya Alliance, there are some leaders, some parties which were not in NASA. But now in ODM, we see that ODM and Jubilee are coming together and they want to form something.
Why has it taken so long? We were waiting for that framework of agreement and everything. Jubilee and ODM were supposed to have signed that thing kitambo. What happened?
Bado tu wanavutana. Kuna some leaders from Mount Kenya region who are not agreeing. Wanasema that kwa ground watu bado hawajakubali, yaone kama Raila is sellable in the Mount Kenya region.
Raila must climb the mountain alone. That is the most important thing.
He's not supposed to be supported by anyone.
What? Raila Odinga is a
been in politics since,
politician. He doesn't need endorsements. Raila Odinga doesn't need any endorsement. Somebody should endorse him, or take him to Mount Kenya or take him where.
But the Mount Kenya leaders have this notion that they must, as in, it's like they want to be like they are the ones who gave you that those votes.
No, that's not how my friends think. Those people have one question: what is in it for them?
So it's like butter trade or what? Now compare votes.
In 1918-17, when no tribe even knew anything called US or Europe or anything, this tribe was already flying out. Okay, so that's one tribe. Some tribes even right now don't wanachanuka. Not that I'm talking this from the negative point of view. It's very positive. That is one region that iliona mwangaza kitambo. Okay. Na pia waliumia, si ati kwamba hawakupigania, waliumia. Not that others didn't fight also. They did.
Yeah.
But this is the point. Look at history. These are people who learned how to accumulate resources kitambo sana. Sometimes we call them thieves. but we are lying.
By the way, those people are very hardworking.
In fact, tukiingia university tulikuwa tunaambiwa tafuta Kikuyu, ile kosa anafanya pia wewe enda ufanya, hata usiulize kama unaweza ama uwezi, wewe fanya. Because they have this, let me call it an altar of business. Okay? They have an altar of business. The only thing they know is business. The only thing they know is how to build this. Ndio maana unaona a child anamaliza class 8 but anaweza make it in life. Then other places mtoto hawezi hata ajui dunia inatoka wapi.
Na maliza hata campus sana.
Ukikutana naye yako tu hapa nasema school fees haikukua, so si kwenda shule. Sasa yuko tu. But these are people wenye kama shamba ni ndogo, anakaa hivi anaangalia chini, shamba imekuwa ndogo, anaangalia juu, si nyumba inaweza enda juu, ni gorofa inaongezwa. You see, they think differently. I've worked and lived and associated. I have in-laws who are so many, by the way, married in our family from Central. Okay, so I know them. I know how they think. Okay, so the big question they have whenever they are talking leadership or they are talking governance and politics is what is in it for them. Number two, how are we sure that our investments, our resources are protected? Okay, because it is one thing kununua gari, and then it's another thing to maintain your gari.
Yeah.
Okay, so hata ukioa bibi mwanaume, wakati unaoa bibi, ile kitu unaangalia ni nikileta mali kwa boma, huyu lady ama huyu mwanamke atachunga hiyo mali ama ataharibu. That is what men look for. Forget other things. They look for, will they take care of that wealth ama itaharibika? And it's the same thing with leadership everywhere, not just in we have the same, we have these oligarchs, we have these people who so right kitambo. Hata ukienda US wako, ukienda Europe wako, there are those families that waliona mwanga mapema. There are those people that waliona mwanga mapema. You will find them. There are empires, wenye watu wametoka kwa lineage ya emperors and all these kinds of people. Waliona light mapema. Okay? And they created systems and invested and did everything to secure themselves. So when you want to come to power, they will ask you, so you say you want to be the president. Okay? In your presidency, what is in it for me? Ulisikia Jimmy Wanjigi alisema nini? Jubilee ilitengenezewa kwa nyumba yake. Nani alikuwa anajua Jimmy Wanjigi wakati Jubilee inatengenezwa? Nobody. People came to know about Jimmy Wanjigi when he had a fight with Uhuru Kenyatta. Okay? That's when people were like, hey, mbona Jimmy Wanjigi? That's when people started saying like, hey, mbona Jimmy Wanjigi and the president are fighting. Kukakuwa na stories, sijui ile fimbo ya sijui mkuki iko kwa nyumba yake, sijui nini. But I'm telling you, people are asking a simple question. What is in it for me?
And we saw the SK Macharia, the media mogul, was saying that don't lie to Raila, that the ground is soft
for him.
For him. Yes. Yeah, mwambie ukweli, because na alikuwa anasema that if we go to voting now, those people who are humiliating Raila Odinga, like, and even he gave the example like President Uhuru Kenyatta will still win, so don't lie to him. Can you say that this merger of ODM and Jubilee will work? Because kama Jimmy Wanjigi anatoka Mount Kenya na anasema hivyo, unaona that Raila is sellable really in Mount Kenya region.
Any product is sellable if you get it right. If you get it right. So it's just a matter of negotiation. You see, it's a marketing skills. It's just about mtu mwenye anajua marketing anaweza kuuzia viatu miraruka. Unajua? It depends with how Raila Odinga will sell his agenda to them. What is in it? Go to this region, tell them, look at their problems. You see, every region has its own problem. Okay? See, at kila region, shida ni same. Ukienda northeastern mashida yao ni tofauti. Ukienda Ukambani wanataka chakula na maji. Ukienda western chakula imejaa. mvua iko. Ukienda coast ni shida, wanakwambia port hapa bwana vitu zilikuwa zinaingia, unajua tourism nini. You see every region. Ukienda huku central wanakwambia biashara bwana. Ukienda kwingine wanakwambia sisi tunataka tu masomo. So you must be able to know with this region nitawapatia nini. Na si eti kwa watu tu. You need to talk to their leaders. Okay?
Yeah.
Convince their leaders because those leaders, hao watu hao chini wanasikiza leaders wow. Hao leaders wakuja kuambia tukubaliane tupigie mtu fulani kura, watampigia. Lakini ati wewe una bypass those leaders, alafu tunaenda kupiga kelele kwa wananchi wao. Kukusikiza watakusikiza. Lakini mwishowe watafuata chenye viongozi wao wanasema. That's why mimi nahurumia sana watu wanasema ati Uhuru hana say. We know very well. We know very well that who is the chief of the altar ile walifanyia hata just nani anagadi hiyo kitu. You must be the leader. You must be when the final say huko. When you say that Uhuru Kenyatta has no say in Central Kenya, ati wewe utatoka nje uende ukwe na say. Wacha kujidanganya. Wacha kujidanganya. Kama kusema mtu atakuja kwa nyumba yako na kuambie vile weka hiyo glass pale, weka sijio nini hapa, nataka hapa mfagie. Wewe ni nani? Wewe ni nani? Okay? Kuna wenye nyumba.
Yeah.
So for Raila to be able to penetrate and sell his agenda and get Mount Kenya, he just needs to get the right people there. Wale leaders ambao wanasikizwa kule. Then convince them, sell your agenda. Tell them mimi nina promise hii. Muandikishane, nitakupatia hii. When I come to power, this is what we will do. Go to Rift Valley, tafuta the right leaders wenye wanasikizwa huko. Fanya negotiation. Toka huko enda Western, chukua the right leaders wanasikizwa. Fanya negotiation. There are leaders that make a lot of noise, but nobody listens to them. Look for people. Some of them are quiet. They don't even talk. Talk to them. Discuss with them. Sell your agenda. Okay? And then waambie sasa this is what hao ndo wataenda waite mikutano waseme sikieni. Kwa huyu mtu tuko na hii na hii na hii na hii. Kwa huyu mwingine tutapoteza hii na hii na hii na hii na hii. Okay? So that's when people now make a decision we are going to vote for a certain person. Okay? Yeah. So the question of whether Raila can make it in Central depends on how he will negotiate with the right leaders and sell his agenda in Central Kenya.
Na kuna time some leaders from Mount Kenya region had come out and say that they've never endorsed Raila. Na kuna time ulikuwa na push sana wakisema that baba yuko tayari kupanda mlima.
Siasa. Differentiate between siasa and reality. That's why you saw my colleague, naweza sema my colleague kostuko industry moja, SK Macharia akisema
mwambie ukweli.
Ambieni Raila ukweli.
Lazima ufuate process huo waruki tu.
You don't just show up from nowhere and think that you're going to make it. It doesn't happen like that.
And I just like you should have friends like that. Mimi nakwambia ukweli than na kudanganya that you know huku ni wewe tu.
Sasa mimi pia niko naambia Ruto ukweli. Nyamaza. Nyamaza. Daktari nyamaza. Hii ni traps umewekewa kama 10 hapa mbele. The more you talk, the more you fall into those traps, and the more the hustler narrative is dying. Right now, you've lost so many followers by the hustler stuff. Umebaki na watu 2-3 na bado wanakudanganya tu hustler. Hakuna, because what the system did, najua nimekurudisha kwa tulitoka, but the thing is
and you were talking about Raila, then all of a sudden you've just shifted.
No, because what is running right now and trending so much, Raila is,
you know, Raila is expected to visit Mount Kenya na hata wiki ijaisha tangu akwe Murang'a. So I'm just wondering, why is he making a lot of trips to Mount Kenya region? Is it the thing that Macharia told him or what?
Like I said, that's a rich vote region. Okay? Everyone Why is everyone going Nakuru? I want leaders from Nakuru. Why is everyone Rift Valley? Why not Western? Because Western, you're wasting your time. These people, no matter what you do, they will wake up and vote their own things. They will never vote as a block.
They'll just be divided.
Yeah, it is so easy. Yeah, it is so easy to divide Western voters. Okay? All you need to do is just throw up a 100 bob note or 50 bob and votes will be disappearing like crazy. But you can't do that in Central Kenya. You can't buy a voter in Central Kenya. You won't buy them. They know what they want. You can't do the same in Rift Valley. They know what they want. Okay? So when you see, and those are, when you find people who can vote as a block and give you like 4 million votes, my friend, what are you going to do? Like 4 million votes uko nazo still secured. Hauna story. Uta waste resources zako kwa kutafuta watu wanapigiaga presidential aspirants 6 mara moja, ama utaenda kwa ile region yenye watu wanapiga as one.
Of course I'll go for
exactly one. That's why you are asking, why is Raila going back to Central Kenya? It is votes. Votes ndo tunatafuta. At the end of the day, votes ndio inaamua.
And maybe he has learned from his past mistakes. Amekuwa akingangana sana na hizi sides zingine and neglect Mount Kenya. So labda sides zingine amefunguka macho, ameona that this is the region. If you want to win, Mount Kenya is the region, not
it's
Western.
That if you want to win, you need to consolidate votes from Kenyans. And Kenya is divided into 47 counties. And we have regions. We have Western, we have Rift Valley, we have Nyanza, we have, So you need to divide Kenya into pieces.
Yeah.
Start with one line, then another one. Then say, I'm going to concentrate on this piece, and this piece, and this piece, and this piece. So those are 4 pieces. Okay? Then after you've conquered the 4 pieces, then go mashinani. Gawa tena. What you're looking for is votes. Okay? You can easily tell. You see, winning is scientific.
Yeah.
It is not something you're going to abracadabra. Winning is scientific.
I've just remembered something during the last general, I think it was last general election, and I saw that wakati votes zilikuwa zinakauntiwa, you see like Raila inafika penye wanasema sasa ni ngome ya Raila. Place like is it Northeastern?
Yes.
Penye population hata ijai hata 1,100. Unapata amepata kura nyingi sana, na then when you come to the next person, like now the winner Uhuru Kenyatta, penye wanasema ni ngome yake, unapata vote 1,000,000 inakuja, and I think that's where the former prime minister failed. Anapata that anashika ile place hakuna votes, then zile place kuna votes ndio inaenda kwa opponent wake.
One thing I know about leadership is that you don't fight those who are in power. By fighting, I mean you don't negatively fight, and try to trash. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't trash the leadership. Ni kama kujaribu kuzima candle ya mtu ndo yako iwake. They don't do that way in politics. If you do that way, you're not going to shine. Kama mtu akona candle, wewe tafuta floodlight. Mpaka watu waseme mazee zima candle yako wewe mwenyewe. Wewe hiyo candle hakihitaji tena, kuna floodlight hapa. That's how competition is done. You need to go for votes. At the end of the day, like I was telling you, elections ni scientific.
Yeah.
Elections about numbers. Okay? Kama hujui kupiga hesabu ya numbers, wachana na siasa. Mdomo na maneno si siasa. Siasa ni hesabu. Ni kupiga hesabu. Hapa Bungoma, hapa Kakamega, hapa Siaya, hapa Nairobi, hapa Mombasa, unapiga hesabu yako. Nina kura ngapi? Nina kura 10 hapa, nina kura 20. Ukipiga yote pamoja unaona hiyo president bado sioni kana toboa. Si guesswork, si abracadabra. You don't just wake up and win. Ni hesabu. That's why unawezapata mtu ana concentrate in Central, aka concentrate hapa, aka concentrate na pale, 3 regions.
Yes.
Na anashinda. Na nyinyi mmepiga wengi 2 3 hapa, ingine 6 hapa, ingine 5 hapa, ingine sijui hapa, mmeleta yote pamoja bure, hakuna kitu. Okay?
Ni hesabu tu.
Hesabu, ni hesabu. Na Central they vote as a block. That is why unaona force yote inapelekwa wapi? Central. Hizo ni votes hata wewe ukipata leo unakuwa president. Because utahitaji tu kuongeza 1, 2, 3 hapa na pale na pale na pale and things zina move. Because they vote as a block.
Yeah, and that's the good thing.
Na si ati wako na votes nyingi kushinda hata watu ya Western.
Western ile tu wakivote as a block pia itakuwa
exactly. So where will you run? And I'm telling you, if Raila anajiposition poa na anapatiana ile kitu watu wanataka na pia ukwe realistic, si ati unaenda kupromise utapatia kila mtu jet na siku ya nini utatujengea stadium in 6 months, sijui laptop, sijui itakuwa lini, alafu 10 years down the line nakuja kutuambia sijui ODM ndo walikuja, sijui wakafanya nini, sijui wewe waacha. Don't promise people things that you cannot do. Okay? Once wamekupatia vote na unaanza kucheza karata mbili hapa na pale. Blame game. Okay? Why are you blaming people? A good leader is not supposed to blame anyone. How can you blame people? How can you blame opposition for your failures?
Because we no longer have opposition actually in Kenya. I don't think we have opposition.
We have opposition.
We don't have. Maybe those who are number 3 in general elections. You're used to opposition ya kuchoma matairi. Hapana, unajua kazi ya opposition Kenya mimi najua it's correcting the government. Before handshake you could see that whenever the government did something inaumiza wa Kenya.
Like
NASA ingekuja na iseme no, that's not right. Kama saizi vile walikuwa wamejaribu, uliona walipeleka bili sijui ati watoe curfew. Unaona ilikufa tu hivyo. As in they no longer play their role. It's like they're now in government.
The laws za COVID-19 haziundiwi Kenya.
Sijakuwa naongelea hiyo, that was just an example, but hapo mbeleni kungekuwa na kitu ikifanyika ungesikia as in ungefeel kuna opposition.
So
but now there's no opposition in Kenya.
You want to mean in your own opinion? Raila Odinga is not the leader of opposition in Kenya.
Yeah, I mean that.
So who is the leader of opposition?
Maybe I think no. Alliance. No.
Right now, I can assure you, the leader of opposition is Ruto. William Ruto is the opposition leader right now. If you're saying Raila is not the opposition leader, then Ruto is the opposition leader. He's been opposing the president himself. He's been criticizing the president. He's been saying huyu president
lakini saa hizi ndio mmekuwa unaniambia that Raila is still in opposition. Now you're saying that
I'm going by your word. I'm asking you, if you're saying opposition, Raila is not in opposition, then the opposition space has been filled by who? By William Ruto.
In my opinion, William Ruto is still in government. He's still the deputy president of Kenya, na hata tukienda na hata ukiangalia jana vile Matiang'i alikuwa anaongelea na security, the deputy president is still the deputy of the country, and Raila Odinga through handshake is now in government, and Kenya does not have an opposition party. Full stop. That's what I'm trying to mean.
According to law, if we go to law, the one that you've cited, according to constitution, the person who won election and the party that won election becomes the ruling party. The next party becomes the leader of opposition. So according to the same constitution that you're quoting, Raila Odinga is the leader of opposition. And according to the same constitution that you're quoting, Ruto is the deputy president. Now, but when we come to the politics of Kenya right now, okay, that is not the case.
True, that's what I was trying to say.
That is not the case.
Now the deputy president has become the opposition leader. The president has become the opposition leader, and Raila Odinga is like the deputy president. Yeah, na sasa hapo utalaumu nani, because I think they took this handshake thing too far. Hadi wakasukuma now, because there is no one who is talking against the government.
We should look at
but I'm saying that our time is up. I think we should just wind up.
Yes, let me just make this point.
Yes, go ahead.
We should look at the genesis of the handshake. The circumstances under which handshake came about. President Uhuru Kenyatta's election was nullified. Maraga katurudisha kwa debe. Then the opposition, Raila Odinga, wakasusia. Okay, they boycotted.
I know the whole process, so just to save time, maybe.
The viewer. And then after that, baada ya kususia the elections, Uhuru, according to the law, they went into the election and they won.
Yeah.
He became the president. In the process, Raila Odinga decided he's going to become the people's president. To a small mind, that is a small issue. But to any serious leader, to any serious Kenyan, that is not a joking matter. A country having two presidents, one elected through the ballot and another one who decided, I'm the president. Both of them have averagely half of the country following them. Okay?
Yeah.
So these are two presidents in one country. Do you know what would have happened if just even a civilian coup happened? That 1 million people at Uhuru Park decide to walk to State House. You know what would happen? Do you know what would have happened if even they tried to stop that swearing in? Do you know what would have happened? Do you know how many people would have lost their lives? Do you think with two presidents, one elected under the constitution, 2010 constitution, another one who swore himself in, both of them claim to be presidents in one country?
People's president.
Okay? This one has an ammunition of people, this one has an ammunition of military. Okay? This country would have been, wouldn't have been governed, in short. And however much even President Uhuru Kenyatta tried to tell Kenyans that that was the case, there's nobody who listened. Everyone is just looking at Raila handshake, ODM came, Raila handshake, Raila handshake. Look at the grave that would have, the graves that would have been dug in this country. If any of them decided to take this thing further with the arrogance and or any kind, when President amekula kiapo, according to the constitution, doing what Raila did is crazy. I don't even want to mention the repercussions. Those are things you whisper. You don't just come out and say. Okay? So here you have a president who says, you know what, I'm the president, constitutionally elected, and I'm going to humble myself and reach out to this man, and instead of us continuing with our arrogance and trying to prove who is the president and who is not the president, and hurt wananchi, and people are going to lose lives, and we're not going to grow, we're not going to have peace, I would sacrifice myself. Let me humble myself down, let me reach out, let us talk. That is how handshake came into being.
And I think that was just a
politicians, Kenyan politicians are the ones who politicize this whole thing. It would be worse. That is my own opinion. It would be worse if the situation would have continued until maybe the president said, now that we have somebody else who calls himself president, I'm handing this thing over to be handled by the military. Okay? Yeah. And perhaps maybe Raila will say, we are going to the streets. How many people would be killed by now? Okay? Yeah. So handshake solved so many problems in this country. So many that is what I believe. Nobody told me, but according to my own opinion, that is what I believe. And there are young people who know nothing about bloodshed, who only hear stories about Rwanda. They only hear stories about Somalia. They have never seen, they don't even remember what happened in 2007. They don't remember what has happened in this country with clashes. They don't know. They don't know what it means to lose lives. They don't know they don't know the value of peace. Trust you me. You'd rather sleep hungry, but you're peaceful. Okay? You cannot grow these businesses bottom up, bottom down, bottom kando, bottom juu, bottom wherever. You can't have those things if there's no peace in this country. The most important thing, number one thing, is peace. And that is what handshake solved. So So later on, the politics that came with handshake and the politics that surrounded handshake now is what we are discussing today. Nobody's talking about, people are just saying handshake, handshake. Handshake itself was a good thing for this country. But now, when we bring in politicians and their interests and whatever they want, now that's when we get these politics. It is good. We can argue about this, we can do this and go home. Rather than never ever talk about this, we're all dead, mouths are shut in graves, just because two people refuse to have a handshake.
Yeah, nadhani mmesikia from Bushebi Jr. and I think that is a good point. Handshake really saved a lot of things, and all thanks to President Uhuru Kenyatta and the former Prime Minister for agreeing to come together and have that handshake. It really saved a lot of things. It's good to have peace. Unazangalia what's going on in Afghanistan, and I will not say that it's a good thing. So I think sometimes we should just stop politicizing this issue of handshake and just go back and see the root cause of all this. Tunasema that they made a good decision. So thank you so much, Bushebi Jr. That was a good talk.
Thank you.
Karibu sana, nashukuru. It's always a pleasure to host you. And I'll just give you like 30 seconds to just tell our viewer your last words as you sign out.
My last words would go to...
not to a politician, my viewers. Because I know you love politics, so I just want you to dedicate that 30 minutes, seconds.
For me, all I would say is politics is about discussing ideas. It's about tolerance. It's about making decisions. Once ideas have been thrown out there, then you decide, like, you know, I like this idea, this is good, this is bad. At the end of the day, we are the voters. Let's vote out all this mess. Don't vote in any person mwenye unajua tu vizuri hakuna kitu amefanya ama hakuna kitu atafanya. Don't sell your soul to the devil. Don't sell your soul to poverty. Don't sell your soul to more problems. So vote wisely, keep your peace, listen to politicians, but make your own decisions. Let them never make that decision for you. And we shall be doing this every Thursday, so yeah, we shall be talking about politics as it occurs. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Malizia. We shall be talking about this every Thursday, PLG, politics, leadership and governance. And my name is Rida Chebet Kering, and
I'm Bushebi Jr.
See you next Thursday.
Hey there! No one is bothered with news that is misleading like you, our viewer. That is why you watch us. The universe of fake news is much larger than simply false news stories. Some stories may have a nugget of truth but lack any contextualizing details. They may not include any verifiable facts or sources. Some stories may include basic verifiable facts but are written using language that is deliberately inflammatory, leaves out pertinent details, or only presents one viewpoint. Fake news exists within a larger ecosystem of mis- and disinformation. Are you a victim of fake news? Karada! Send us your story on maishatelevisionnews@gmail.com, WhatsApp us on 0746 999 841 or call us. We are Maisha TV. We are genuine news. Say no to fake news.
Nyinyi mko na noti ya 10k moja na it can only buy a chicken.
Kuna wale ambao wameiba mali ya umma.
Wale watu wa seminar na retreat.
NASA died. I'm a man of God. I prophesy NASA is dead. Tena iko shetani fulani anatuambia turudi nyuma tena kwa hiyo ndoa. Mimi ningependa tafadhali utuombee leo ile ndoa ya NASA. Tafadhali Apostle utuombee party leader wetu wasirudi huko.
Because ukiangalia time ya budget.
No, it's the poorest county.
Wale ambao wanajiweka mbele kwamba ni mafarasi.
ndio watu ambao watatupotosha katika hii nchi ya Kenya. Wao wanataka watutumie kama vibarakala, tuwapatie uongozi, hakuna manufaa tutapata kwao.
And now you have, let's say, 20 million who will eBank back. How do you bank that money again?
I'm telling you, the culture of selling stuff in Western Kenya, any asset must be sold, any liability must be sold. Have you seen for the past 2 years what this man has been going through? Every time he has to come out and explain things, and the people who are putting him in these problems, what to do?
Hii wizi mingi imejaa Kenya. Bwana mmoja aliongoza Kenya hapo kuna wizi kama hii.
Western Kenya needs a think tank.
Hizo ndio farasi mbili tunatarajia, lakini hao wengine tumechoka nao. Maana mtu kama baba hawezi kuwa unapewa penalty kila wakati, haufungi bao na bado timu inakupatia penalty. Sisi tumempigia ya kutosha.
Tayari kusimama na Musalia liwe liwalo, kama vile baba aliposimama na watu wake wa Kisumu, akasema hata akisema ati ende uanguke kwa kisima, anaanguka kwa kisima ati juu baba amesema. So mimi pia niko ready kusimama na Musalia Mudavadi.
Sasa wanamsumbua rais, badala ya rais kufanyia kazi wa Kenya. Sasa rais amekuwa ati anashughulikia watu watano hapo kujaribu kuwapanga na tamaa yao.
Thursday, there is politics, leadership, and governance. And we ain't gonna leave you out of our conversation. You can text or call in 0746 999 841.
Where when we introduce this going to school and all that stuff, even the female child is supposed to go to school, and when she goes to school, she's going to be taught about leadership. The people I know who can know them better are those other youth. So what I do, if I handle those youth toughly, they know what to do to my children. Yeah.
Kwa shows bab kubwa, ngoma kali, movies, documentaries, series, talk shows na vipindi vya kuchangamsha, kuelimisha na kufahamisha, ni hapa tu Maisha Television.
You're the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh my God! Unachukua the best, unatazama na unaipenda. Kwa masuala ya afya, habari kemkem, ukulima, biashara, vipindi vya watoto, hapa ni moto. Maisha TV.